Shalom, shalom, to the 144,000 elect. Before I get started, let me give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Rakah HaKodash, the one to the apostle nails of great millstone. Peace and blessing to the brothers that are preaching the truth in the four winds of the earth. May Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, have mercy upon you. Alright, I'm on Myron Gaines page here, and the name of his video is Myron told peers the brutal truth about black community. Listen, man, I don't know how many times I have not just only me, the brother have spoken concerning Myron Gaines. He is not a so-called black man, right? So the topic that they're having is concerning racism. So Myron's speaking and going over saying that that everyone is racist. Hey, to a degree everyone is racist. But hey, even the Lord is racist. Just like people separate themselves, the Lord separated what? A people from what? From all other nations unto himself. Deuteronomy 7:6, for thou art a holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God had chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth. And who are they? The Israelites. So let's hear this out. I'm starting over.
But people literally running around with black supremacy, committing crimes, not getting accountability for their actions, and then they blame the system for it. The reality is this: black people have been able to get away with a ridiculous amount of privilege in America for a very long time. They're able to be racist with impunity. They're able to call white people crackers without being challenged back. For literally the better part of almost 2 decades since the Obama era, we've had to have BLM and liberalism shoved down our throats, and quite frankly, we're all tired of it.
Let me bring in Myron Gaines.
See what Myron is telling you. He said we all tired of it. He letting you know that he's not a so-called black person. That's Ishmael. Remember Abraham's son, Ishmael? Huh? Hagar. The bond lady and her son. That's him. Myron knows who he is. But it's always us, which is so-called black people. We always want to attach our people to the Arabs, Ishmael. And we want to attach ourselves to who? The Africans, which is the Hamites. And we're neither. Well, this is what we do. This is the confusion. Everybody knows this. I bet he don't. He think he him. He thinking they're the same people. I haven't seen the video. Maybe he say something or go into that whatever, but I doubt it. I doubt that very seriously. So let's hear a little more.
Because you've been smirking and laughing. What's funny about any of this?
Well, I mean, I find it interesting that you guys want to virtue signal and, wag the finger and say she's a racist and everything else like this.
So she admits she's a racist.
Well, let me
I'm not wagging a finger at anybody.
I don't need to
wag. Myron, with respect, Myron, I don't need to wag a finger when somebody says, yeah, I'm racist. I use the N-word against black people. I don't care. That's a racist. I'm not wagging any finger. I'm not accusing anybody. She is admitting it proudly. Even you can't defend that, surely.
Everybody is racist to some degree. The reality is it depends on, a lot of people want to be politically correct. A lot of people want to sit there and say, I'm not racist at all. We all have biases. We all have stereotypes. We all make jokes. We all are racist to some degree. Now, how racist you are is a whole other situation, but everyone is racist. That's number one. Next thing I want to say, see, I think this Shiloh, Hendrickson, Metcalf situation is a microcosm of a much bigger problem. And that bigger problem is what I call systemic organized. And what I mean by this is for decades, we've had black people literally running around with black supremacy, committing crimes, not getting accountability for their actions, and then they blame the system for it. For example, George Floyd, criminal. Ferguson, criminals. Freddie Gray, criminal. A lot of these people are criminals, and what ends up happening is they challenge the police officer, they get into a physical altercation, things go left, they die, something happens, use of force is utilized, and then they want to cry about the result. When in reality, it's not the police killing black people, it's black.
See him? You hear him? He using the same rhetoric that the so-called white man uses. Right? And now he finna go into a spiel that black people kill their own people. Hell, the all nation kill, take out their own. Right? And we are demonized. The so-called black people is demonized in the media, just as they're doing at this present moment. I guess he's taking up for this woman right here. I'm not sure which one, which she's bluntly saying that she's a racist. I think it's her, right? And she's saying the N-word like it's nothing, and Myron is what taking up for her. See, you know what? What's that? Genesis. Let me show you who Myron is. Let's just get into. Let's do that real quick, y'all. I'm gonna get right back to the beginning. Genesis. What's that? 17. Genesis 17. Genesis 17. I'm gonna start at verse 18. And Abraham said unto, I'm gonna read it verbatim, God, oh, that Ishmael, Myron, might live before thee. And God said, Sarah, thy wife, shall bear thee a son. Sarah hadn't bare him a son yet, right? Shall bear thee a son, right? So, shall bear thee a son, indeed. And thou shalt call his name Isaac. Isaac. I'm just saying this brother right here because he's like a so-called black man. Right? Ishmael. Isaac. Ishmael. Isaac. We are not the same. Skin tone don't make you the same people, man. Let's see what happened. Read verse 19 again. And God, read it verbatim. And God said, Sarah, thy wife, shall bear thee a son, indeed. And thou shalt call his name Isaac. And I will establish my covenant with him. That go to Heavenly Father, Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, who y'all equally just call God, or Jesus, JC. He's what? He's establishing a what? A seed line, and he's choosing from his seed, from Abraham's seed, he choosing Isaac from Abraham's seed to himself, to continue the what? The seed line of what? Of righteous people. Isaac and I will what? Establish my covenant with him for an everlasting covenant, and with what? His seed after him. And as for Ishmael, I have heard thee, behold, I have blessed him. As in like right now. Is not Ishmael getting his blessing at this present moment? Yes. This is because why? He was Abraham's son. Just like Esau Edom, the so-called white man. He's rulership of the earth right now at the present moment. Because why? He was Abraham's son. He received what? A blessing. So they're getting their blessing, and we are what? We're under all their feet. This is why they treat us the way they treat us, man. Real quick, let's go to Ecclesiasticus 44 and 22, which is in the Apocrypha. With Isaac did he establish likewise for Abraham his father's sake the blessing of all men and the covenant. So they all received the blessing, but they just have not received the blessing. verse 23 of Ecclesiasticus 44 and 23. And made it rest upon the head of Jacob. Jacob. Jacob come out of who? Isaac. He acknowledged him in his blessing and gave him an heritage and divided his portion among the 12 tribes. Did he part them? So that like old what that old joker name that wrote that, made that movie, Pastor Hardin was talking about, damn, what his name is? Y'all know Hebrews, the Negro, y'all know Ron Dalton. Ron Dalton. They loved bringing that damn, bringing up Japhet, what so-called white man is Japhet. Listen, man, just like I'm establishing a chosen seed out of the line of Abraham, that was a chosen seed came out of who? You know, they pleased the whole world out of what? Noah's 3 sons, Ham, Shem, and Japheth. Right? The so-called white man, they come about until what? Until he came, until him and Jacob was in the womb together. There are 2 nations in thy womb. 2 nations are in thy womb. 2 men, with that Genesis 25 and 25. Well, come down a little bit from 21, 22 on down to verse 25. But the point is, in 25 concerning red all over like a hairy garment. But that established what? A seed. The Heavenly Father choose what? Shem. From that seed line to what? To further the line on up. This is how we get to what? To Abraham. I'm not gonna go back in the script. I'll be here 2 hours trying to. I've done it several times, so I have videos that I've done that, but I'm not gonna do it today. The point is, I'm talking about Myron. Myron, he is not a so-called black person. This is why he's speaking in the manner that he's speaking. You know, he just slick with here. He's slick with here just like a so-called white man. You know, he got a so-called black man fresh and fit. You know, he got a so-called black man with him. So that make him not seen racist, but he racist as hell. We don't have no problem with that though. We have no problem with that. Because one thing, like again, he know who the hell he is. Verse 19 again of Genesis 17 and 19. And God said, Sarah, thy wife, shall bear thee a son indeed, and thou shalt call his name Isaac. And I will establish my covenant with him for an everlasting covenant, and with his seed after him. And as for Ishmael, Myron, I have heard thee. Behold, I have blessed him and will make him fruitful. Who's controlling that damn Middle East over there right now? Them damn well hell, they getting bombed to death. But before then, those Arabs over there doing what? They living very well over there. They're still what? They're still in their blessing. That 7 princes, oh here they right here. And we'll what? And we'll multiply him exceedingly. 12. I said 7, it's 12. 12 princes shall he beget, and I will make him a what? A great nation. And it's not the Arabs a great nation? They are a great nation. That's their blessing. Verse 21. But my covenant will I establish with Isaac, and Sarah shall bear unto thee at this time in what? In the next year. What that is? Real quick. Acts. And then I'm gonna hit the video again. I think that's 3. Acts 3 and let's see something. Real quick, I'm gonna get to it, y'all. Acts 3 and 25. And it reads, ye are the children of the prophets, and of the covenant with God. Read it verbatim. With God, made with what? Our fathers. Which is what? A chosen seed line. Saying unto what? Abraham, and in thy seed shall all the kindreds of the earth be blessed. See, that's the confusion with people when they read Acts 3 and 25. He's thinking that they're referring to what? When he say that all the kindreds of the earth shall be blessed. Kindred, meaning what? Kinfolk. Let's prove that real quick. Matthews. Hold up, y'all. Matthew 22. 22. Matthew 22 and 32. I'll read it verbatim. I am God. I am the God of Abraham, and the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob. God is not the God of the dead, but of the living. There it is. He just broke it down. I could have stopped it right there. I am the God of Abraham. I am the God of Isaac, and I am the God of Jacob. He is not the God of Ishmael. They have their own God, Allah. Just like the Chinese man has Buddha. The so-called white man have what? Have Jesus. But most of you all Israelites, what? You all still what? Attach yourselves to what? That idol, which is Jesus. You all are still what? Suffering from Stockholm syndrome. You know, madness. So listen up a little more.
Black people killing black people. And if you want to talk about black on white violence, black people kill white people 2 times as much. And on top of that, most of the shootings in America, a lot of the times, are white people killing, white cops killing other unarmed white men. So this whole systemic racism or police brutality or, oh, it's all so messed up. The reality is this. Black people have been able to get away with a ridiculous amount of privilege in America for a very long time. They're able to be racist with it.
See, this is a damn lie. The only person that are able to get away with anything over here, the so-called black is Eve, which is a so-called black woman. She's the only one that's able to what? To skid by, and not get what. But now lately they've been doing what? They've been locking their asses up. But she's the only one that is afforded the freedom of speeding past the law. So Myron, he's full of shit. You know, he just being who he is, y'all. And you all are but you not, most of you all not gonna come out of it. You know why you're not gonna come out of it? Because you just a stumbling block. The stumbling block that you can't get over, hump you can't get over, because most of you all know is that if you claim your heritage, I'm just saying you claim your heritage because you can't stop yourself from being who you are. This is a heritage. This is not a religion where I'm not no Hebrew Israelite anymore, which is madness, man. But the point is that damn, I'm chain of thought. Is that what I was saying? Damn, it'll come back to me. But Myron is what? He's being who he is, man. Oh yeah, I know what I'm saying. You can't you sitting around talking about some they talking about some I'm not a Hebrew Israelite anymore, right? I left being a Hebrew Israelite. You can't leave being a Hebrew Israelite. Just like the so-called white man saying I've left being an Edomite, or I've left being a so-called white man. This madness, man. This is a heritage. This is a lineage. The people of the earth is not familiar with. Some of us call ourselves some of these man-made religions as what? As a nationality. That's how lost and destroyed we are. Would you think that most of us care? No, they don't give a damn. All they just wants to be part of something, whether it's good or evil. long as they will have freedom to do what? To continue to do what? Do wrong.
With impunity, they're able to call white people crackers without being challenged back. And quite frankly, white America's had enough of it, and the chickens have come to roost. Now, look, am I saying that's awesome? Am I saying that's great? No, but for literally the better part of almost 2 decades since the Obama era, we've had to have BLM and liberalism shoved down our throats, and quite frankly, we're all tired of it.
Who's heading that? So-called black woman, just like I just said. Huh? Ain't no black men, no so-called black men heading a damn thing. And we're not getting away with anything. All of the people that he's named, they were what? I mean, there's a few sisters you can throw in the pot when what? When being put to death. But what? For the bulk of those deaths are what? Are so-called black men. See, he BLM, they've been shoving it down our throat. Those are what? Those are lesbian women. So-called black women. Boom.
Right, but just to be clear, you would have no problem with one member of this panel openly saying she uses the N-word at black people with impunity and is proud of being a racist. You have no problem with that?
My worldview on the protection of the First Amendment and freedom of speech overrides my personal feelings. She has the right to say
That's fine.
it.
You can support the First Amendment, but you can also have a personal view about what she said.
My feelings are irrelevant. The Constitution is the Constitution. That's what matters.
Oh, that's fascinating. Hold on. So when it comes to chastising black Americans about their behavior, about calling white people crackers, as you say, about their moral claims, about the racist system, you can levy a judgment against black Americans for all the things they do. But when it comes to this woman saying the N-word and this other woman endorsing it and saying that she herself uses the N-word, now all of a sudden we can only talk about the Constitution and the legal right. We can't offer any moral judgment against it.
That's right. There it is right there. He just boom, just hit him across the head. Right? That's right. He just he's not us, man. Myron is not us.
That's disingenuous, and it's as the only black American up here, that's quite frustrating to hear.
Here's the thing. If you want to be soft and get offended by that, that's...
Oh, he just said the only black American up here is offended. So he must know that Myron is not a so-called black man. So hey, the brother is I done seen him before, but I can't remember who he is. I know somebody might know who he is, but I don't know who he is. I don't know him right off. Right? So let's hear a little more.
It's your fucking problem, not mine.
Let me ask Ricky.
Let me ask
Ricky.
This isn't about being soft any more than when you were desperately saving these white people.
Hold on. This sensitive nature that you have is precisely why we have this problem.
It's not about being sensitive. It's about I didn't articulate. Hold on. Let me finish, Myron. Let me speak and then I'll let you respond. Myron, sure. I didn't articulate any sensitivity here. What I said, in the same way that you levied a judgment against black people, I'm levying one.
He got upset. How often do someone stick it to his ass? He stuck it to him just then. He made him sound like a damn fool when he said what he said concerning you. Okay, it's okay for this so-called white woman to say the N-word, huh? But you just sit here and say that the white people are tired of it. The roosters that came home to roost. No, the only rooster that came home to roost is Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah getting ready to what? To destroy this place. Stay tuned.
Against the claims you're making. I'm no more sensitive than you were when you made your claim. I'm simply saying I disagree with you.
That's right.
And to immediately jump to you're being sensitive is just a distraction. I'm making an argument.
That's what it is.
Just respond to my argument.
No, and my argument to respond to that is this. Political correctness, liberalism, and making sure that we are politically correct and don't use certain words because it offends people is precisely why we're in the situation that we're in. For decades, we've had to literally tiptoe around saying certain things around certain people while the other group of people has been able to have impunity and be able to be as racist as they want to be, as violent as they want to be, without any type of consequence. And if you call it out, you're labeled a racist. The reality is this. Black people don't want to live around black people. I don't want to live around a bunch of black people. I move to neighborhoods where it's majority white because I know I'm safe. Now, this is uncomfortable reality that no one wants to say, so I'll say it for them.
He know he's safe around a bunch of white people. I mean, to a degree, I understand concerning not wanting to be around a bunch of who want to be around a bunch of hood niggas, pants sagging and Eve running around shaking their asses. No one wants to be around those type of people. We understand this here, but guess what? That's not for you to say. It's not for you to say, man. It's not for him to say. They're a bunch of wicked 2/3. But know this. I'm gonna let him finish this out, but I'm gonna get this precept right quick to show that the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, he's racist. He's separated us. He's have separated us from the beginning, since the beginning. And that is Leviticus that is 20 and 26. And ye shall be holy unto me. Now the word holy means what? Separate, set apart from others. Holy unto me, for I, the Lord Yahweh, am holy. And have severed meaning separated you, severed you from other people. What other people? The other nationality of people, so-called white man, Myron, Ishmael, Chinese man, Japanese man, and using the worldly terms, right? These things, this is what the Heavenly Father have done. I, the Lord, am holy and have severed you from other people, that ye should be mine. So how you gonna get around that? You can't get around it. Real quick. Let's run to 32. Deuteronomy 32 and hold on, y'all. I think I'm on verse 32 and 7. Let me see something. Okay. Let me just read verse 7. Start at verse 7. Remember the days of old. The point right here is divided, right? Verse 8, but let me just start at verse 7. I want to make a few points concerning from 7 on down to verse 9. Remember the days of old. Why should we remember the days of old? Because we should be what? Taught. See, the other nations and nationalities of people, they teach their children who they are and what they are. But we, most of us, as so-called black people, we can't teach anyone any damn thing, because most of us don't know who the hell we are. Remember the days of old, consider the years of many generations. As thy father, even the fathers don't know a damn thing. Most of the fathers don't know who we are. Now we are just in the turn of the century, decades ago, just started doing what? Preaching the truth concerning who we are. And our nationality is who we are, right? Because wow, the spiritual awakening is what? That spiritual awakening is here. And what's transpiring? Meaning that what? We know who the hell we are now. And we know who the true name of the Heavenly Father and the Son, which is Yahweh Yahushua. Not no damn JC or just God. So we know these things now. So what? We are quite naturally going to do what? Once and coming in remembrance of that, we're going to what? We're going to pull back and to a degree separate ourselves from what? The wicked nations and their idols. Remember the days of old, consider the years of many generations. Ask thy fathers, and he will show thee. Thy elders, and they will tell thee. The only elders that we have today to what? To tell us and give us a true understanding is the prophets of the Lord, man. That you see preaching on the four corners. Some going off, but guess what? For the most part, 95-96% of what we say, we are speaking what? The same. When the Most High divided, verse 8, Deuteronomy 32 and 8, when the Most High divided to the nations their inheritance, when he separated the sons of Adam. Separated the sons since Adam. Separated the sons of Adam. He set the bounds of the people according to the number of the children of Israel. Children of Israel, not the entire world. We are not one people. Verse 9. For the Lord's portion, the Lord's Yahweh portion, is his people. Jacob is the lot of his inheritance. And that's the 12 tribes of the children of Israel. Judah, Benjamin, Levi, Ephraim, Manasseh, Simeon, Zebulun, Gad, Reuben, Asher, Issachar, and Naphtali. And in a short version, that's the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and natives of this land.
Black people commit a lot of crimes. The majority of the violent crime committed in the United States is committed by a small percentage of people, and they tend to be black men. Look, the reality is the reality. People don't want to say it.
You hear that shit? You hear that shit? See, this, hey, man, hey, let him feel the way he feel, though. I don't, I'm not upset about it, for real, you know what I'm saying? I'm just speaking on the, who he truly is. He know who he truly is. This is why he's speaking in the manner that he's speaking. He know who the hell he is. He's not a so-called black person, man. He knows this. This is why he's speaking. He's always, you know what, man? These people don't like us, man. They never have. They never have liked us, man. They never like us, but we make it. We do what? We what that precept is to seek love. Damn, I can't think of precept. I think roughly paraphrasing. Why trim our ways to seek love? We always trimming our ways just to be under the other nations of people and their damn idols, man. With what? With wickedness.
But the political correctness and being nice and not wanting to tell the truth is precisely this problem. And the reason why you're seeing all the support for Metcalf and Shiloh, etc., is because white people have not been able to step up and say what they want to say for a very long time because of what I said before, systemic, organized, where they don't take accountability for their decisions.
Let me bring in Ricky to respond. Ricky.
Yeah, I mean, I wanted to say that I agree that virtue signaling went too far, that political correctness went too far, but we're going from virtue signaling being the norm and being praised to now vice signaling being the norm and being praised. It's not just a matter of does this woman have the right to use that word. I believe that she has the right. I disagree with it. But is she now being rewarded with $500,000? Why are we rewarding people for performing vice instead of virtue? This is not healthy. This is destructive to our society. This is destructive to our social fabric, to our culture, to our ability to live with other fellow Americans.
Babylon is through, man. It's finished. So that's all it is. Trump and them and these news stations, Piers Morgan and all these main big mega stations, they're doing what? They're with the program. And when I say with the program, they're gonna uplift and push this with this negative energy, which is separating and rioting or whatever, you name it. Because I mean, all this is going to be what? It's going to be it's one big boom, which is what? Jacob's trouble. Hell on earth. So all you are, whether you're a damn cop, whether you're an FBI agent, whether you're a CIA agent, no matter what you are, every one of your asses are going to be what? Okay, you might push and mess with and pick at all of the people, but know what? Know that you got family. You have family. You have mothers, fathers, sisters, cousins, uncles, aunts, nieces, nephews. You have these people as well, and in the long run, they're gonna what? They're gonna suffer just as well as the people that you are what? That you come up against. Just like Trump then did what? Then giving all this money to what? To these cops to harass the people. And government to what? The Navy to what? To come down on the people. Revelation 12 and 12. Just to come down on the people, because why? Because this devil know he got what? Just a short time or what? Because his time is almost up. Which is therefore rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell therein. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil And who's the devil of the earth? The so-called white man. He's the wicked of the earth. It's come down unto you having great wrath. Because why? Because he knows that he has but a short time. So he got to create the narrative and create the thing that he has to create for what? For negative energy to continue. For what? For the people to get aroused, and for what? For all hell to break loose. So no one is going to escape. You over here in America, no one is going to escape the hell over here, man. No one. They're going to affect all people except for those wicked elites.
Gross to reward someone for bad behavior. It's one thing to tolerate it, to say that she has the right to do it, but she called an autistic 5-year-old the N-word. Like, I'm sorry, but I feel like we're kind of like missing the point in the actual context. You can say that it's part of this bigger meta story of black and white America, but it actually is just like a short little clip, and you don't even know the context of it, and it's actually gross, and if we can't just say that it's gross and bad, then I don't really know where we are.
Well, I think it's interesting to me that Lily Gaddis, you retweeted Nick Fuentes, the white supremacist, and he said black people just raised $500,000 for a cold-blooded killer who stabbed a white teenager to death. So I don't want to hear one word about the Shiloh Hendricks fundraiser. Either everyone gets to be tribal or nobody does. Why would you retweet that?
Because I agree with it. But we have to fight fire with fire. I mean, at some point, why are
nobody does?
Why are people allowed to be tribal? Why are black people allowed to be tribal? But as soon as white people stand up for themselves, we're labeled a racist. And by the way, you call people racist when you want them to stop talking about things.
No, I called you
How can black people be racist? How can they be racist? When a person is being racist, you're being what? You're being oppressed. Ain't nobody black oppressing nobody or white. They don't have enough of anything to oppress anyone. And who getting gunned down in the streets? Only people getting gunned down in the street is so-called black people, huh? And we even doing it to ourselves. So we are the ones that be who's in all the ghettos. Who's in the ghettos? Man. So that's why you 2/3, man. Y'all always want to join hand in hand with the goddamn wicked, man. You love other nations. That's just like when you walk up and when you're doing a street ministry, which I ain't posted in a while. Yeah, I do it, but I don't post it. Want to know I don't post it? Cause I don't want you. I don't. I know I got up on a lot of you all skin. When I be, especially you women. I know you all and what you didn't. You back and forth trying to come see you, but you don't want to hear me. You don't want to hear me talk about you, but you still curious, so you still peeking in. Hey man, the truth gonna always hurt, and it's gonna cut you. Always gonna cut you like a knife, because this is the truth. The truth is you can't run from the truth. No one can run from the truth, because the truth is what? It's prophecy. Prophecy is going to unfold regardless of whether you believe it, or whether you even care, or whether you even give a damn. Prophecy is going to take place, and you all are going to be what? Part of prophecy, and you're going to burn. Most of you all are going to burn. You're going to burn. Why are you going to burn? Because why? You wicked as hell. You don't want to come out of these man-made religions, should I say, and a whole host of things. Making people idols. You all love making other nations idols, even our own people, man. These damn singers and actors, and y'all love idolizing these people, man. This is what Esau Edom does. Esau put this stuff right in front of your face for you to be what? For you to attack yourself. So that all these things are nothing but stumbling blocks for the wicked. So I don't get mad. I mean, it's frustrating. Why is it frustrating? Because I'm in the flesh. This place is stressful as hell. But hey, I got to deal with, and I got to continue preaching the truth and telling the truth to the best of my ability, and in the process, hope for what? That mercy in what? In these last days.
You're racist because you admitted you were racist. Hang on. I called, just to be clear, I called you a racist because you openly, proudly admitted you're a racist. So it wasn't a question of exposing you or pointing my finger or trying to get this out of you. You proudly sat there, bold as brass, and said, yeah, I use the N-word all the time against black people. I'm a racist and I'm proud of it. That's what you did.
Racism is just having a preference. I prefer not to live around black people. I prefer not to live in a country where white people in our country are disproportionately attacked by black people. Where in my country, you can have an Austin Met.
Wow. Hey, that's what she want to do. That's what she want to say. But, you know, the narrative is BS. Why the narrative is BS? Where she don't want to live where black people attack white people. I want to live. Hell, I don't see no so-called black person coming in no person, white person's neighborhood, gunning them down. Nowhere. All I see is white men, 4 or 5 of them unloading they guns in a so-called black man's body, man. You know, these devils, hey man, it is what it is, man. Let them say what they say and do what they do, because why? Because this is their kingdom. So this is their kingdom. The kingdom of heaven is next, man. So you all gonna get it next.
Metcalf, where he asked a guy to leave.
Let me read precept. This is 2 Peter 2 in verse 9. Now, verse 8. For that righteous man dwelling among them in sin, in hearing, vexed with righteous soul from day to day with their what? With their unlawful deeds. Yeah, man. This shit is vexing. And it's going to continue to be vexing until what? Yahushua come and free us out of the hands of our damn enemies, man. The Lord knoweth how to deliver the godly out of temptation. And you're going to need Yahweh Hashem Yahushua in these days to come. Because why? Because Jacob's trouble is, most of you all are not going to what? Not going to escape Jacob's trouble. But for those of you all that are wicked, that escape Jacob's trouble, you're not going to escape those nuclear missiles and those chariots and the angels of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. In Yahushua, the Lord knows how to deliver the godly out of temptation and to reserve the unjust unto the day of what? Judgment, to be punished. But chiefly them that walk after the flesh in the lust of uncleanness and despise government, presumptuous, are they self-willed. They are self-willed. They are not afraid to speak evil of dignity. Meaning this truth, man. They ain't got no honor. All they care about is what? In material possessions and what? In wickedness. Where the next party at. But y'all want to see this, man, go to Myron Gaines' page, man. Myron Gaines, X. And the name of the video is Myron told Pierce the brutal truth about the black community. But so I done had enough of this crap. I don't want to hear any more of it. So they know say call halal Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai by Hashem, Rakah Kudash, Shalom.